Welcome back to Inside Boxing Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, Aurelio Martinez. We're going to talk about the upcoming bouts this week, and there's not really that much, but there are a couple that are of interest to us specifically. Aurelio, we start off with on February 17th in New York, where we have, I want to congratulate Lou DiBella and Lou DiBella Entertainment, because they're on a fight card there in New York where Amanda Serrano is taking on Olivia Gourlay, 10 rounds for female featherweights. Amanda Serrano is one of the young ladies who, for those even who don't care, which we don't care, but she not only can fight, but she's beautiful. And this is the big thing about boxing, and I think in women's boxing now, it's started to be a controversy, is that a lot of people are, for lack of a better term, they might be jealous, of what's going on. But congrats once again for a major promoter, and Lou DiBella we consider a major promoter, to go to the forefront and have two females in his headline in his fight card.
Yeah, that's out of the box. Okay, going out of the bun. So
out of the bun.
Yeah, the hamburger. Take the hamburger meat out of the bun, because he's taking these women. Everybody knows that's not a big revenue base when you highlight women as a card
right now. Yeah.
But I think more and more you're starting to see the talent in women boxing.
Yes.
Where it's not just so much the cat fight, it's the talent now that you see that. And I'll tell you what, if you take time to watch some of your bigger names, you'll see that there's talent there.
Even in some of the smaller names. We have a couple of girls here in Denver who are going to make some waves, I think, as time goes on. But the next thing we have is in the week of February, next Saturday, February 20th. In Phoenix, Arizona, it'll be televised in the mosque, where we're going to have Jesse Magdaleno versus Edward Mancito, 10 rounds. And then in Oberhausen, Germany, Fedor Chudinov and Felix Stern won a 12-round rematch for the title that's now held by Chudinov, the WBA super middleweight title. That should be interesting, but it won't be televised.
That's good. Well, let me give me a shout out to Jesse, man. Jesse's my man. I'll tell you what. Big shout out. Go up there, do your thing, man, and just keep doing what you do. You do it good.
Right on, Jesse. The last one I want to get that is happening next Saturday is our boy, and there's no question that he's our boy, but we've got young Henry Allen Jr. Henry Allen the third, I'm sorry. Henry Allen the third.
Third, yeah.
And Henry Allen is looking to improve 2-0. He's fighting in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on the 20th, and he's taking on Isaac Badger. That's 4 rounds, and they're junior lightweights. I could talk about my little nephew all night, but I'll let you talk.
Let's talk about Henry Allen the third, because I'm proud of him, because now he's pro. He's making a stance at a pro career, and he comes from our organization, the USBL. Okay, now you remember when we started the USBL, the United States Boxing League, over 3 years ago. We were running into a lot of road bumps because no one really knew, and everyone thought that USA Boxing was the only amateur organization out there, legitimate and bona fide. Well, so it was hard to start recruiting boxers to understand that they do have a choice, in how they're going to gain experience for their amateur fighters. Well, Henry Allen III was one of the pioneers, along with fighters throughout the country. Okay, and now to see him turn pro, and along with other USBL fighters like Misael Lopez. Okay, we're gonna have Sergio Lujan. We got these guys all turning pro. Because one thing they do understand, that amateur boxing, and this is what our organization does, it says amateur boxing is about gaining the experience, and we actually now have brought in the slogan, pathway to professional. Okay, because we want amateurs to learn to guide them into the professional, so that when they turn professional, they're ready. They don't have that transition period. They're ready to go professional. And that's something that they will not learn with the way USA Boxing is doing now, because USA Boxing is geared toward the Olympics, and only the Olympics. And the Olympics is less than 1% of all the boxers in this country. So we're excited, and we're excited for Henry. He's doing very well. He fights his second fight here soon. Misael fights his professional debut March 19th. So it's really good to see these USBL fighters find a pathway into professionalism.
And Henry Allen III, I'm going to show my bias here, but his dad, Kevin Allen, really good man. They came up to Denver. You remember I actually emceed the introduction of the USBL to the world. And Henry and I call him my nephew. He calls me and keeps in touch regular. Kevin's my little brother. I love them cats, and like you said, to come up through it the right way. And Kevin is always going to look out for his son's best interests. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go out on a limb. I sincerely expect Henry Allen III to be a world champion one day.
I think that's on his mind, and no doubt. Hopefully, our hopes is to have him as a call-in. We will. We just have to schedule it so that when he does call in, you guys can meet him, hear him, and it's just another thing on our list. We're going to bring you plenty of names coming in, calling into the show.
Okay. The next thing we're going to jump a little bit ahead, but we cannot let it go without mentioning that February the 27th at Madison Square Garden in New York, we have Omaha, Nebraska, the pride of Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Bud Crawford. He's going to take on Philadelphia's Hammer and Hank Lundy, and we're going to have Terrence Crawford on the show. And Terrence is going to tell you people everything that what he feels about this fight, and it's going to be very interesting because Terrence is very humble.
Yes, he is.
He's a guy that is deserving of his world championship. He's the WBO world super lightweight champion. But this guy, Hank Lundy, has got under his skin with some comments that he's made. And Terrence Crawford is the kind of guy that everything is good, but you start poking at that bear, and Hank Lundy has poked at the bear.
Well, you can't. There's some things you just don't do. You know, you can't pull that Mayorga commentary and basically ditch wives and daughters and family and stuff. You just can't do that. Anyway, not in the minority community.
Exactly.
You just don't do that, because if you do that,
you open up a can of worms.
You better be ready to back it up. Okay, now you're not a Muhammad Ali. Okay, so you can't go around calling people the acorn, and we can't have an ugly champion, because Muhammad Ali would back it up. He'd back it up in the ring. So it's going to be interesting to see what Hank Lundy brings to the center of the ring when the bell rings. Okay,
I think he's gonna find out.
Well, Crawford, Crawford has ties to Colorado. He trains in the high country here in Colorado Springs. So he's one of the good guys. Humble, quiet. He doesn't mouth off to anybody. He just does his job. So it's gonna be really nice to talk to him.
Yeah, and we'll have that, like I said, here in the next week. Once again, I want to congratulate Lou DiBella Entertainment for having headlining the show with Amanda Serrano and Olivia Gorilla, 10 rounds female featherweight bout. And that's going to give us our lead into our next and final segment, where we will have as our guest Noemi Nono Bosques. And we will talk about her fight that she had just a week ago, where she went to Mexico City and took on Mariano Barbie Juarez.
Good. You want to stay tuned and watch that episode? And let's listen to him. Let's listen to from the mouth of Naomi herself. Okay.
Sounds good, radio.
Till then, keep them hands up.
Keep them up, baby.